The DC's second movie, Supergirl, just hit cinemas, and did it live up to the first film of the DC universe, Superman? No. To be fair, the Superman movie was pretty peak, so it was quite a high bar to reach, but the Supergirl movie overall was just kind of meh. Spoilers ahead, just, FYI. The movie's story is a classic fetch quest, with a hero needing something from the villain, with a young person tagging along learning the ways of the world as they go. But the real lesson by the end of the film is taught to the protagonist, making them a better person by the end. It's just a classic story narrative we've seen a billion times. Now, taking the movie as it is before we go into comparisons to the comic story of all this, the movie is just kind of bland. It has moments where it makes you, exhale, and sometimes you feel some sort of intrigue. For example, some stand-up moments was Supergirl's backstory or anything to do with her meeting up with Superman. Those moments were much more interesting and enjoyable for me than the actual story the movie was trying to tell, which kind of sucks, because that takes up about 8 minutes of the runtime. And the actual story just feels bland and rushed. You don't really get to learn anything about any characters other than Supergirl. The little girl she goes on this adventure with, I don't even know her name right now, fucking hell. Her personality comes down to she's sad and wants revenge. And the main villain is just a bad guy who likes kids and killing people. But other than that, there's no real characters to these people. So there's no actual interest in these characters. If they live or die, I don't really care. And the main predicament of this movie as well is Krypto being poisoned, and they're on a time crunch to save him. This is an emotional drive that just doesn't work for me. The entire time, I obviously know there's 0% chance that they're going to kill Krypto. He sells all of the merchandise for all of the films. They're not going to kill him off. But other than that, it doesn't work on an emotional level. When I start the movie, there's no connection between Supergirl and Krypto. We slowly throughout the film start showing some of their connections, how they were together before she went to Earth and all of that. But even then, we don't really see much of them together. So I don't really feel sad about her losing her dog, other than the fact that it's a dog that's gonna die, and I like dogs. People like dogs. Human like dog dying, very sad, and that just kind of feels bland, Oh no, dog's dying, that's sad. You need more of an emotional hook to begin with, and we didn't really see a connection to start off with between Supergirl and this dog. Also, in the Superman movie, which just came out last year, the big plot device was that Lex Luthor stole Krypto. So again, we just have a story where the main protagonist is trying to save Krypto. It's the same story again, just this time instead of him being broke out of prison, he needs to get a cure for poison. The action in the film was okay, although the music choices weren't my favorite. Mainly talking about the middle, the song, Needle Drop during the final action sequence. It just doesn't fit for me. And I know apparently it's supposed to signify Kara's final acceptance into being a hero and wearing the Supergirl mantle once and for all, but that doesn't help that the song is just a shit choice, especially for a fight scene. It felt like a cheap knockoff of the goddamn Mr. Terrific moment, with someone standing watching as this fight scene happens around them, with music playing over the top. But the song is just shit. It doesn't fit the scene, it doesn't fit an action scene, and it should have been Call Me, like all the trailers, that song. Call me, and you lie, you can call me anytime. That's much more of an action song that would fit Supergirl. It was in all the goddamn trailers. Also, with the action, it seems that fighting a Kryptonian is a piece of piss, because over half the planets we visit in this movie have either a red sun or a green sun, and a green sun apparently just kills them. It also just got repetitive that Supergirl would constantly flip-flop with having the most powerful powers in all of the universe and being weak as shit. It just feels narratively coincidental that anytime we need some sort of drama, a green sun, no sun, red sun, or kryptonite arrows would just get into the mix at some point. Oh no, Supergirl is too powerful for the scene. We need some action. Red sun, green sun. They also have kryptonite arrows now. We don't know why. They just do. Even poison works on them. She didn't pass out like she was meant to, but she was dying. She wasn't doing too good. They were able to punch her a little bit, and that's Supergirl. Now, quickly, just a few things that they differ from the comics. There's other things, but these are the main things that I want to talk about. First thing, the entire visuals of the comics. It shows the universe as this colorful painting, visually beautiful, colors everywhere. Each planet they visit is awe to the eye. But instead, this film sets all of its destinations on either a run-down, dark, stingy planet or a desert. They also changed the ending. Instead of Supergirl sparing the villain's life to set an example and putting him in prison for the rest of his life to rot and die alone. Instead, in the movie, Supergirl kills him anyway. So the message that the little girl was meant to learn was not to kill anyone, but Supergirl didn't really, show that message. She still killed him. And also, the girl, she killed someone in that prison cell. The way she escaped was by killing someone. So the message to this little girl didn't work at all. We ended up with the message trying to be conveyed of don't kill people, and she ended up not only killing someone, but the main person she wanted to kill got killed for revenge sake. So she actually just won. She not only got to kill someone, but also got the person she wanted to die get murdered for revenge. She got exactly what she wanted and no lesson was taught. Lobo was a fun time anytime he was on screen. Jason Momoa, aka Garrett the Garbage Man, played him perfectly. And I like that Supergirl just knew whom he was. He was like, yeah, that's Lobo. He's a little bitch. He thinks he's got a girl complex. And she just said to the audience who he was and to the character. It doesn't need to be a big shebang, but it does feel very shoehorned in. Not just because he isn't originally in the comics, but also because he just doesn't add anything to the narrative. If we take Lobo out of this film, nothing changes narratively. He doesn't affect the story at all, other than just being around sometimes. Also, how the hell did the bad guys kidnap him? He's meant to be immortal, and we've seen any fight scene be more powerful than anyone else. How did they kidnap that guy? They also changed the fact that Kara is older than Kal-El, which kind of sucks that they needed to change that for no reason. There's no actual reason story-wise that they would change that, other than just they did. I don't like it when they do that. Now, a quick final bitch about the villain. As I mentioned, he has no character. He is a nothing burger. Just kills and likes little girls until he's face to face with Ruthie. So, the scene where she's in the prison cell and he comes in and she spits in his face, disrespecting the guy. And we've seen this guy kill every single person that's just got in his way. He literally killed a guy for saying boo earlier on in the movie. That's where the whole conflict started from, was this girl's brother shouting boo, and he killed him, and because he just kind of got startled a little bit, I guess. But as soon as this girl spits in his face, he just walks away. He leaves. He's like, I'm gonna kill you later on, not right now, not like I've shown to do in every other situation. I'm gonna walk away because narratively you're not meant to die yet or at all. You have plot armor, so I'll walk away even though I should kill you, because everything that the story has said about me so far is that I kill people and I don't care for any lives. I don't need to keep people around. This family earlier on, he's like, I'm going to kill your daughter because you didn't succeed in what I asked of you. And then he kills the parents before he even kills the daughter. So he doesn't even kill the daughter in front of them. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't have that drive to prove a point. But he doesn't kill her there just because narratively she's not meant to die. That feels cheap, it doesn't feel like good storytelling. They could have at least just shoehorned in something like, we need to do a ceremony because you really pissed me off enough. I want to make a point out of you for the first time. But no, they didn't. They just go, I'm gonna kill you later. Some positives though, the performance of Supergirl isn't bad at all. I can actually see her go from being a sad drunk to a hero through the movie, and when she needs to feel emotional or portray emotion, she does that shit well, Again, Lobo was fun, just didn't fit into this film, and Superman is peak. Honestly, a perfect Superman, goofy, awkward, and just loving and caring whenever he needs to be. It's also just fun to visit his universe again. Anyways, I'll give this film a 5 out of 10. I could watch it again, but I ain't gonna choose to do so.